Hello, everyone. This is John Davis, the newly elected Chief Justice of the Earth Realm. You know, I noticed a few minutes ago a lot of platforms recognizing the shift. And from listening to a couple of them, I learned that they weren't aware of what really happened there that caused the shift. Well, let me tell you what I see as starting that shift. I was spiraling upward, and I spiraled up so high until the drag or the resistance that I normally feel on this electromagnetic wave, all of that left. And I would say, I would term this as my entering a space where I would describe as being endless. And I felt a shift within me. And then I turned on social media and found that you all recognized it. Well, that was an activity that resulted because I went beyond the normal path or the normal height that I had accomplished. I went so far until I would say maybe I was at the edge of the universe or almost beyond it. Well, I don't have any words for it, but I know that I went beyond the height of any previous achievement. And that's when I noticed the click myself. And I know you all have it mapped out how things should work, how you establish coherence through quietness. But that may not be the only way that is established, since there is no one ever traveled a path that I've traveled in this elevation. And until someone proves that that's not the only way, then you'll be forever thinking that the method that you all use is the only way. But my journey a few minutes ago proved that different. Now this was a breakthrough. Now it may not be the best way to accomplish it. Maybe your way or what you've studied or your traditional understanding would be probably the path that most people take, because the path that I took is not that easy. Because when you go beyond the human limits, you experience what I would refer to as death a number of times, maybe 6 or 8. I couldn't keep up with the exact amount because they were very painful. And I didn't expect them. And so by the time I had gone through several of them, then I realized that, hey, this is real death. This is what I experienced in the first and second, well, in the second death in the 3D. I understand that this 3D too, but I was beyond the atmosphere, the stratosphere, beyond all of that. I would say I was at the edge of the universe. I'm not quite sure because I don't know anything about the measurement in terms of that type of understanding. But I know I had gone beyond any previous distances until I felt a relief, and then all of a sudden the wave had no resistance nor any drag. And then that's when I noticed you all on the platforms recognizing the shift. I recognized it within myself too. I recognized it instantly. And so the world might have to chart another direction, because I know that's what caused the shift, because I had no drag left on the wave. It was like a free fall, a free float. I just wanted to bring that to you all's awareness. And also, there's something else, or several things I'm concerned with. Now, I'm not used to you all method in the way that I have to move. Apparently there are certain creative endeavors that you all expect for me to take, or the creator expect for me to have. Well, I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of any of that. I knew nothing about the tarot cards. I knew nothing about the angel numbers. And there are several other things that I can't recall right now that I know nothing of. I came in here with you all, enjoying you all here as what you all term me as a lone wolf, or unorthodox. Maybe I am unorthodox in the sense that I don't accept any religion, because I know those religions was drawn off our Hebrew culture. I'm aware of that. And I know that they are baseless, because I understand our Hebrew teachings. And I see the claims that have been made on our teachings. But we had cultural teachings and a cultural understanding of the Creator, the one Creator. Not a lot of gods or anything like that. Just the one Creator. And each individual, each one, is a representation. In other words, his very presence as a living being represents the one reality. You see, I see reality as the Trinity, if you can use that name, the three attributes of the one existence. Is existence, which moves by law. That's reality. I don't believe or accept the anthropomorphic terminology of Father, Son, Holy Ghost. None of that. Those ideas came from the mind of man. Those are human concepts make an attempt to explain an infinite reality. Reality is allness. It's the allness. Whatever exists, that's the reality. Whether it's in the visible realm or the invisible. That's existence. I understand that everything is in existence. Not a God. Not a God. I don't recognize that concept. In fact, that concept placed on our Hebrew cultural teachings is a spell. It dampens reality. It places a damper, a blindness on the reality. Each individual, through logic, can see reality in this way. He or she is in existence. You can prove it. You see it. You can look at him and tell he exists or she exists. You can hear him speak through his hearing, the five physical senses. You can verify reality. He has movement. That means the law is operating. You got heartbeat, eye bats. You don't have to wonder if your eye is going to bat. It's going to do it. You don't have to wonder whether you're going to breathe, inhale or exhale. It's going to automatically do it. It's going to continue to do it. When something continues to repeat the same action, we know that is law. So you are in existence. You can prove that the law operates in you because you have movement. That's the reality. Not a Father, not a Son, not a Holy Ghost. Those are anthropomorphic terminology. That's man's understanding of his physical world, and then he plays that understanding on the invisible, which makes no sense. But if you look at, just look around you, you see everything is in existence. It's not in a God. Where is the God? What would he look like? It makes no sense. I don't care how long that's been taught, it's incorrect. And in the Hebrew scriptures, if you can recall the incident with Moses at the burning bush, you know, we are the Hebrews. We were complaining against Moses. And so Moses went to the Creator to get some solutions, to bring back some understanding so he could know how to handle a group of uneducated people who was nearly wild, had no laws and any kind of government to govern them, any kind of written laws to govern them. So he went to the Creator. Now this is in Hebrew. And after he got the instruction from the Creator, then he asked the Creator, now who do I tell them sent me? The Creator said, Hawa. H-A-W-A-H, Hawa. That's your inhale and exhale breath. Right. The breathing is your reality. That's what got you in existence. Hawa means the existing. So that's what brought you here. That's what got you here. The breath of the Creator. In the first chapter of Genesis, It says that the Creator breathed the breath of life into man and woman, and they became living souls. Right? The breath gives you existence. Without it, you're out of existence. You see? So reality is the void. The earth was without form and void. The void had no beginning. It was not made. It was here always, without a beginning. Now that might boggle the mind, because everything we see, we know it had to start somewhere. But something here, without having to be started, well, the earth and everything in it came from it. And there was not a man around because there wasn't any earth. The earth was without form and void. So how is it that a man can come along and then start saying God created? He can't do that. Now, if we look at John, the book of John, the first chapter, in the beginning was the Word, now that makes sense. Because the law is intelligent. You can look at the flowers, the trees, the grass. Everything come back, grass come back every year the way it was. It can appear to be dead. Then in the spring, you see it coming back. That's the way plants, trees, a lot of things. People beget things after their kind. Birds produce other birds after their kind. Right? These are laws. When something continues to repeat itself without end, continuously, we know we got law. So existence moves by law. That's the Trinity. How they've sold the world, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, man, please, come on now. All these years and people haven't thought about that? Just accepted it blindly? No. No. This is a different age here. People have to wake up, be smarter, be more intelligent, be more sophisticated than that. That stuff was done during the so-called Dark Ages. Well, this is the age of light, not a Renaissance, because the Renaissance meant that they attacked us, the Hebrews, then went back to Europe and brought all the proceeds from the attack. And then they called it a Renaissance. We had the printing press. We had everything. Air travel, the blimps. We had businesses. But every time they show you the Indians, see, we the real Indians. Because this is India here. So-called North America is India, Africa, and Asia. The India that they call today, that's Hindustan. They just labeled that in 1953, India. After Gandhi marched to get those folk out of there, those attackers out of there. 1953, you see how modern that is? That India, that place there got his name as India. 1953. So these people been attacking me, attacking my throat where I can't talk. My voice used to be much better than what it is, but I've been attacked and attacked repeatedly that X. People been waiting on me to speak on the X, what she did to me. Well, this is the time to say it. I've said it before, but it seemed like it's not recognized because part of these people that's running this government, they are the Masons and Skull and Bone and the secret societies. All of these, all of them. And they've made it classified information to not to reveal who we are as a people. And they say we are from Africa. We are, because this is Africa here. But they label Alkebulan Africa. And that's why I'm here. I'm King David. And I've been hearing you say, I'm an earth angel. Yeah, I am. We all were earth angels in the creation. Yeah. We were all earth angels. All the melanated people were earth angels. We were made from the breath of the Creator. That's why I can relate to the quantum theory that the scientists discovered. I can relate to that, right? Because that invisible essence is within me. Not of Jesus Christ, none of that exists. They sold that to the world, but no, it's an invisible essence within you. The breath of life was breathed into you, and it's still there, even though that's your soul. That's the child that wake up. It wasn't a physical child that was born. All that is nonsense. Because it was me that was supposed to come. Right. You can find me written about, it wasn't a lot of places till they got hold of our writings. But I'm in the 11th chapter of Isaiah. Basically, I'm written about throughout that entire book. I'm in the book of Hosea, chapter 3, verse 5. It specifically mentions my name. I'm throughout the book of Psalms. I wrote most of those Psalms. Most of those numbers of Psalms, I wrote them in other lifetime. I got poems written now. But I'm King David. And didn't nobody descend after me. They call themselves Jews. They did not descend after me. They don't even look like me. Right? And this got to be given to the people. You all know who I am. You say you followed me for 8 years, so you know who I am. But we still getting screenshots of white people. As if they are the favorite. This is the age of revelation. This is the time that truth triumphs. That things in the dark come to light. Things that's hidden are being revealed. Time for people to wake up now. The earth is under judgment. Did you know that? So it's time to get right now. It ain't no joke. You're under judgment. And if you think there's no hell, you're going to be in for a big surprise. A big shock, right? There is a hell, just like it's a heaven. I'm the one that rides the black horse carrying a set of balances in the book of Revelation. I'm also the one that sat on the throne in the book of Revelation. And you find in the 14th chapter in the 20th verse of Revelation, the second death. And that was the very year that I went through the second death. Now, how could they know that unless they read my nativity chart, looked at the nativity chart to see that I was going to be born? Because they made the calendar, because we didn't have any calendar. We had the zodiac sign. And they made a C, 2 C's, Cancer and Capricorn, right? So my soulmate and they was keeping up with us. But she wasn't aware of it. I was. They made the C because the zodiac sign don't have, the C didn't exist when that was made. The C did not exist. So Cancer, I was born in July. She was born in February. That's how they marked us, because we supposed to be enjoying to change this world. But apparently, the Masons had a hold of her and wouldn't let her go. They'll be punished for that. And that's no joke. That's no joke. You can't cross destiny and expect to make it okay. No, you got to give up something. That's right. You can't block the Creator's plan and think everything gonna be okay, because it's not. So whatever you got, it's on its way to you. That's no joke. That's the truth. Now, what I should know is the choices that's available for me, because I don't even understand how this is run. Everything is run so loosely. It's no organization. I can't tell what you all expect or anything like that. You tell me I've passed every test. You passed the test. That's your last test. But I'm not awarded anything. Where is it? You say I won the court case. Where's the proceeds from it? You got me out of my home that I was in for 25 years, and I'm about 500 and something miles away from it. Not one person out of 8 billion people in this world, not one has come to offer me any assistance any kind of way. They stole my trust fund when the mail was being sent to me. My ex had that cut off. She had it curtailed to wherever she did, but she got it along with other people she was in cahoots with. She had me poisoned through this catering service. They poisoned me for almost 3 years, putting rat poison, cooking rat poison into my food and other substances. I ate that stuff for almost 3 years. Also, she hired dark high priestess. That went on for 2 or 3 decades to attack me. In the 90s, I was attacked so severely that it knocked the frequency completely out of my awareness, where I couldn't experience it for almost 4 years, 3 years and 10 months. I kept up with it, that I couldn't experience it. So I was being attacked repeatedly. It started in the late 80s, like 88. And it went all the way up until here recently.